Good morning, students. Today we start unit number 2, which is differentiation. In this unit, first we see the definition of linear transformation. Now, what is linear transformation? Let V and W be two vector spaces and a function t defined from V to W is said to be a linear transformation if it satisfies these two properties. First one is t of x plus y is equal to t of x plus t of y, and t of alpha x is equal to alpha in bracket t of x. Okay, linear transformation, it is defined from V to W. V and W both are vector spaces. So linear transformation is defined from vector space to vector space and is said to be linear transformation if satisfies is these two properties, that is t of x plus y is equal to t of x plus t of y, and t of alpha x is equal to alpha tx. If the function t satisfies these two properties, then that function t is called as linear transformation. Okay, consider here one example. T is a function defined from R3 to R. T is a function defined from R3 to R. T of xyz is equal to 3x plus 4y plus 5z. We have to show that this function is a linear transformation. Okay, if this function is linear transformation, that means we have to prove these two properties, t of x plus y and t of alpha x. Okay, if this function t satisfies these two properties, then the function is linear transformation. So we go for the solution for this. We take two elements, t of x plus y. So you have to take two elements here. Our function is start from R3 to R. So we take two elements from R3. So let x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2 be two elements in R3. So consider t of x plus y. X means x1, y1, z1 and y means x2, y2, z2. So t of x1, y1, z1 plus x2, y2, z2. Okay, so take addition, coordinate wise addition of two functions. That means we get x1 plus x2, addition of x coordinate, then y1 plus y2, z1 plus z2. So t of x1 plus x2, y1 plus y2, z1 plus z2. That means this function is in the form of t of x, y and z. Right? Now the function is 3x plus 4y plus 5z. Our function is 3x plus 4y plus 5z. So applying this definition for this function, we get 3. Here x means x1 plus x2 plus 4, y means y1 plus y2 and z means 5, z1 plus z2. 3x plus 4y plus 5z. So multiplying with 3, 3x1 plus 3x2, 4y1 plus 4y2, 5z1 plus 5z2. So taking x1 terms in first bracket, that means 3x1 plus 4y1 plus 5z1 plus 3x2 plus 4y2 plus 5z2. Okay, but 3x plus 4y plus 5z is the function t of xyz. That means 3x1 plus 4y1 plus 5z is the function t of x1, y1, z1. Also, here 3x2 plus 4y2 plus 5z2 is the definition of function t of x2, y2, z2. That means t of x plus y is equal to, here we get t of x plus t of y. So this function satisfies the first property, that is t of x plus y is equal to t of x plus t of y. Now go for the second property. For alpha belongs to R. Alpha is any real number and we prove the second property, t of alpha x. So you have to take any element x from R3. So R3, the element is x1, y1, z1. So t of alpha x1, y1, z1. Here we take alpha x1. Okay, so alpha x1, y1, z1, multiplying alpha with bracket. So alpha x1, alpha y1, alpha z1. That means we get t of alpha x1, alpha y1, alpha z1. But the definition of t is 3x plus 4y plus 5z. That means 3x, that means alpha x1 plus 4 alpha y1 plus 5 alpha z1. Okay. So we get here 3 alpha x1 plus 4 alpha y1 plus 5 alpha z1. Now taking alpha common from three terms. So taking alpha common, and in bracket we get 3x1 plus 4y1 plus 5z1. Okay. So 3x1 plus 4y1 plus 5z1 is the definition of t. That means we get here t of x1, y1, z1. That means we get t of alpha x is equal to alpha t x1, y1, z1. So this function t satisfying both the properties of linear transformation. That means the function defined from t r3 to r is a linear transformation. Get it? The function defined from r3 to r is a linear transformation. Okay. So this we clear the definition of R3. Now we go for the total derivative of scalar field. Now what is total derivative of scalar field? The definition is the function f. F is a function defined from S is a subset of Rn to R. So S is any subset of Rn and the function is defined from Rn to R. Okay, the derivative of scalar field. It is a scalar field. If the function defined from Rn to R, then it is a scalar field. So f is a function defined from Rn to R is a scalar field. Let A belongs to S. That means A is a point of S. A is a point in Rn. Be a internal point. F is said to be a differentiable at that point A if there exists a linear transformation T defined from Rn to R such that limit h tends to 0, modulus of f of a plus h minus f of a minus t of h upon norm h tends to 0. Limit tends to 0. Okay. Total derivative काय म्हणजे function f is a function defined from Rn to R is a scalar field. The point A belongs to S, be an interior point of that function. Then the function is differentiable at A if there exists a linear transformation which satisfies the following limit. Okay. The linear transformation T defined from Rn to R is called as total derivative of that function defined at A. So it is denoted by T is equal to derivative of f of A. This T is equivalent to derivative of f of A. म्हणजे ते लिनियर ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन जे टी आहे तो त्या फंक्शनचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह असतो. सो लिनियर ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन इज equivalent to derivative of f of A. This definition of total derivative. Now what is epsilon delta definition of derivative? Same definition. Let f is a function defined from Rn to R and A belongs to S is an interior point. So A is a point in Rn and f is a function said to be differentiable at A if there exists a linear transformation Rn to R satisfying such that for every epsilon greater than 0 there exists delta greater than 0 such that norm h is less than delta, then modulus of f of a plus h minus f of a minus t of h upon norm h is less than epsilon. Okay, this is epsilon delta definition of total derivative. Same definition आहे, तिकडे आपण लिमिट घेतलं होतं. Limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a minus t of h upon norm h. This limit is tends to 0. This converted in the form of epsilon delta definition. For epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that norm h is less than delta, then modulus of f of a plus h minus f of a minus t of h upon norm h is less than epsilon. So using this definition, we have to find total derivative of the function. Okay, we solve some example to find the total derivative of the function. Okay, so here first example is find the total derivative of the following function using definition. Our function is given by f is a function from R2 to R. It's a scalar field and we have to given that function f of xy is equal to 3x. Okay, now we have to use the definition. What is definition here? F of epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that norm h is less than delta. We have to find modulus of f of a plus h minus f of a minus t of h upon norm h is less than epsilon. That means we have to find the values of f of a plus h, f of a, and the linear transformation t of h. Okay, so we have to find 2 points A and H. So points A and H are in R2. A आणि H हे दोन्ही पॉईंट R2 मधले असणार. So we take let A is equal to A1 A2 and H is equal to H1 A2 कारण ते R2 मधले पॉईंट्स आहेत. So A plus H काय होईल? A plus H is A1 plus H1 addition of x coordinate and A2 plus H2 addition of second coordinate. So f of A plus H is equal to what? f of a1 plus h1 comma a2 plus h2. But f of xy ची डेफिनेशन काय आहे? f of xy is equal to 3x. That means f of a plus h ची व्हॅल्यू काय होणार आहे? f of a plus h, f of xy ची व्हॅल्यू होते 3x. ओनली x कोऑर्डिनेट इज प्रेझेंट. सो त्याची व्हॅल्यू काय आली आहे? 3a1 plus h1. 3x फक्त x कोऑर्डिनेट येतो आहे त्याचा. Okay, here x coordinate is a1 plus h1. So 3a1 plus h1. That means 3a1 plus 3h1. Okay. So f of h ची व्हॅल्यू काय मिळाली आपल्याला? 3a1 plus 3h1. Now f of a. f of a is equal to what? f of a म्हणजे a1, a2. a1, a2. So only here x coordinate is present. So that means 3a1. So f of a plus h आणि f of a ची व्हॅल्यू मिळाली. आपल्याला हवं आहे f of a plus h minus f of a. f of a plus h minus f of a. So f of a plus h is 3a1 plus 3h1 minus f of a is 3a1. So that 3a1 and 3a1 will cut. Only remains only 3h1. So value of f of a plus h minus f of a is 3h1. Now we have to define a linear transformation from R2 to R6. So let t is a हे आपल्यालाच डिफाईन करायचं आणि आपणच ठरवायचं ते काय घ्यायचं आहे. आता एफ ऑफ ए प्लस एच मायनस एफ ऑफ ए मायनस टी ऑफ एच आपल्याला ही व्हॅल्यू हवी आहे. ओके, माहिती त्या दोघांचं सबस्ट्रॅक्शन झालं पाहिजे. सो टी इज अ फंक्शन डिफाईन फ्रॉम R2 to R वी अ लिनियर ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन सच दॅट टी ऑफ H1 H2 बरोबर ना, टी ऑफ H1 H2 इज इक्वल टू 3H1. जसं आपलं एफ ऑफ एक्स वाय फंक्शन आहे तसंच फंक्शन आपण इथे लिनियर ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन डिफाईन केलं आहे. कारण इथे 3H1 व्हॅल्यू मिळाली आपल्याला. मग एफ ऑफ ए प्लस एच मायनस एफ ऑफ ए मायनस टी ऑफ एच, मग त्या दोघांचे सबस्ट्रॅक्शन होईल 0 मिळेल वरती. म्हणून आपण हे लिनियर ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन H1 H2 पण काय डिफाईन केलं आहे? इज इक्वल टू 3H1. दॅट इज टी ऑफ एच इज इक्वल टू काय मिळालं आहे आपल्याला? 3H1. ओके, हे आपण डिफाईन केलेलं आहे. सो आता आपण डेफिनेशनचा यूज करूया. मोठी डेफिनेशन फॉर एप्सिलॉन ग्रेटर दॅन 0 there exists delta greater than 0 such that norm h is less than delta. Consider काय कन्सिडर केलं आपण? मॉड्युलस ऑफ एफ ऑफ ए प्लस एच मायनस एफ ऑफ ए मायनस टी ऑफ एच अपॉन नॉर्म एची व्हॅल्यू. सो एफ ऑफ ए प्लस एच मायनस एफ ऑफ ए ही व्हॅल्यू काय मिळाली तुमची? 3H1 आणि एफ टी ऑफ एची व्हॅल्यू पण काय? 3H1. सो 3 of H1 minus 3 of H1, that means 0. 0 upon norm h is 0. So 0 which is less than epsilon. If this function is less than epsilon, that means the function f is differentiable at a. Okay. First we calculate a plus h, then f of a plus h, f of a plus h minus f of a ही व्हॅल्यू काय येते ती बघायची. त्यावरून टी हे लिनियर ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन डिफाईन करायचं आणि मग डेफिनेशनचा यूज करायचा आहे. ओके, go through this video. If you have any difficulty, then ask me later. Okay.